It was the perfect love story. Jennifer Farber, a talented writer, a beautiful woman, a wealthy family. Fotis Dulos, a handsome European with a penchant for real estate development, a gifted water skier. The two were classmates at Brown University and reunited later in life. They married and had 5 children, including 2 sets of twins. The perfect love story, until it wasn't. The Duloses lived here in Farmington, Connecticut, just 2 hours away from New York and Boston, but a world away from those bustling city streets. Farmington traces its history back to the 1600s, one of the richest towns in the state. Mansions, both new and old, are scattered across woods and meadows. It was this multi-million-dollar estate that housed the entire Dulos brood, a nearly 14,000 square foot mansion, 6 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms, a wine room, and a wood-paneled study. Fotis Dulos' company, run out of the home office. A real estate listing shows a dedicated playroom, a massive backyard surrounded by dense woods, a peaceful cover hiding the turmoil of life inside this leafy suburb.
A desperate search in Connecticut for a missing mother of 5.
50-year-old Jennifer Dulos was reported missing Friday night around 7:30.
The search for the mother of 5 has expanded throughout the state. First, beginning in New Canaan, where Jennifer's car was found near Waveney Park.
Jennifer Dulos hasn't been heard from since May 24th. She was last seen dropping her children off for class at the ritzy New Canaan Country School, just a stone's throw away from the home she rented after leaving her husband.
Jennifer and Fotis were going through a bitter divorce, one that involved the custody of their 5 children.
The search for Jennifer Dulos revealed a troubled marriage, infidelity, allegations of emotional abuse, and threats of revenge. In court documents, Jennifer wrote,
"I'm afraid of my husband. I know that filing for divorce and filing this motion will enrage him. I know he will retaliate by trying to harm me in some way. He is dangerous and ruthless when he believes that he has been wronged."
Jennifer's fear of her husband now front and center as police investigate her disappearance.
Where is Jennifer?
Dulos' estranged husband Fotis and 44-year-old Michelle Troconis were arrested on Saturday.
1 week after Jennifer Dulos was last seen, her estranged husband and his then live-in girlfriend, Michelle Troconis, are taken into custody, both charged with tampering or fabricating evidence and hindering prosecution. They've pleaded not guilty.
Police say a man and a woman resembling Fotis Dulos and Michelle Troconis were spotted on this road in Hartford, Connecticut, stopping more than 30 times, dumping garbage bags full of blood-stained clothes and a kitchen sponge. An arrest affidavit says that blood belonged to Jennifer Dulos. But police say the road to Hartford really began at Jennifer's New Canaan home, where police documents describe a crime scene.
During a search of her home, police discovered multiple stains of blood on the floor, multiple areas of suspected blood spatter, and attempts to clean up the scene.
They reached one conclusion, that Jennifer Dulos was the victim of a very serious physical assault.
The search and rescue dogs are specifically trained to detect the odor of biological material, blood, body fluids.
The search for Jennifer took investigative and canine teams to this trash facility. Investigators spent weeks searching, as much as 35 tons of trash a day, but still, no sign of Jennifer. Divorce documents reveal Jennifer's fear for her family.
My husband, Fotis Dulos, has exhibited irrational, unsafe, bullying, threatening, and controlling behavior. He told me that if I do not agree to his terms in a divorce settlement, he will abscond with the children to Greece or another country. He threatened to take all of the children, disappear, and you will never find us.
A fear our expert says moved Jennifer Dulos to action.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Yeah, I'm worried about my wife and kids because they left to go to New York, and I haven't been able to get in touch with them.
Okay, and how long ago did they leave Connecticut?
I want to say 4:34. I've been texting, and I see that the texts are being delivered, but nobody's responding to me.
Those divorce documents are extremely telling. Keep in mind that 2 years ago this June, she up and took those kids and got in her car and left. She went and rented a house in New Canaan, which he didn't know anything about. This is an hour away from where she was living with her husband, and filed for divorce the very next day. I have to tell you, that's what we usually call a safe plan, something she has been thinking about for a very long time. And in those documents, she not only says she worries for her safety, she calls her estranged husband irrational, bullying, controlling, threatening. She basically says that she believes, in fact, she says it very clearly, that he will do something to retaliate against her taking the children and seeking sole custody.
I don't care about malicious comments.
I just want to tell my children that they're constantly on my mind and that I love them and I miss them very much.
Out on bond, Fotis Dulos prepares his defense.
The defense is continuing to say that they believe Jennifer Dulos either committed revenge suicide or just left the family in a Gone Girl scenario.
Did you kill your wife, Nick?
We are actively contemplating a revenge suicide hypothesis as an explanation for her disappearance.
As you all know, my wife, Amy Elliott Dunn, disappeared 3 days ago. I had nothing to do with the disappearance of my wife.
Friends and family of Jennifer Dulos are rejecting that theory outright.
We are heartbroken. Jennifer is not here to protect her children. And these false and irresponsible allegations hurt the children now and into the future.
51-year-old Fotis Dulos was born in Turkey and raised in Greece. His Facebook page features photos of him water skiing and proud of his family. Michelle Troconis is described in court documents as Fotis Dulos' paramour. Jennifer Dulos alleges in those documents filed in 2017 that Fotis told her about the year-long affair and his intention to move Michelle Troconis and her daughter into the Farmington home. We have reached out to Michelle Troconis multiple times, but have not received a response. The documents also describe allegedly abusive behavior by Fotis, forcing his children to practice water skiing against their wishes. Jennifer writes the following.
They are physically and emotionally exhausted and have begged me to do something about it. We are all terrified to disobey my husband. On one occasion, when my son felt too tired to ski, my husband threw one of his skis against a rock and broke it in a fit of rage.
Through his attorney, Fotis Dulos has denied all of the allegations against him. The children are now living with their maternal grandmother in New York. Meanwhile, the search for Jennifer continues.